live FPL Island Guys podcast, Dari and Dari, heading into a crazy game week 18 and 19. Talk to us about that and game week 18 first. Wow.
It's going to be tough. Have an eye out on the Villa game. First of all, Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
Joining us for the first time. It's gonna be tough. I am not making any transfers until 15 minutes before the deadline on Tuesday, which is the first step. Coming off a semi-successful past week, slight green arrows had 68 points. The double week, there's going to be 6 fixtures, a lot of teams missing. As of now, it looks like I would have about 8 players for the game week. So my captain is going to need to really bring me through. I'm considering Keane, Bruno, and I'm making a big move this week. I guess I'll get all the way early in the podcast. I'm taking out Salah and bringing in KDB. So my captain is going to be amongst those 3. It's going to be a tough game week. What do you think?
Yeah, well, just piggybacking off of the Salah. I bet he's on the chopping blocks on many FPL teams, having not produced for the past three fixtures.
Yeah, he scored in the FA Cup. But I mean,
he hasn't produced for us. So
yeah, it was like a Villa under 23s. So
a lot of FPL managers will be worried. But in this episode, I want us to talk about a little bit more about strategies. We have the leader in our FPL Island Guys podcast coming on. He is in the waiting room. And we talk about his strategy, some of that stuff. For me personally, I had a small green arrow last week, 61 above average, but I moved KDB out, and similarly, he didn't perform, similar to Salah, didn't perform and just had an explosive. That's how it goes. Luckily, I brought him in for Harry Kane, who I decided I wanted to captain. Had 2 transfers, brought in Kane and Jack Harrison. Harrison didn't produce, but I know he could be a long-term fixture on my team. So those were my moves. At the end of this episode, I also want to go through my draft because I'm also using my free hit this week.
Wow. That's a big announcement.
Yeah, and as I told you, I told everybody from January, I feel like a lot of times when there are double game weeks and a lot of changing in fixtures is where I look to be on the offensive, try to move up. Maybe next time I might start to move faster, but I always try to be on the offensive on the new year. So I wouldn't use my wild card early, but I would use that free hit on this week because I don't want to be in a position where I get caught with 10 points. That just can't happen, right? Then that's a possibility if I personally have 6 players that are eligible to play.
Yeah, I'm going to have, like I said, when I make my 2 transfers, I'm going to take a -1. I will have 8. So right now I have like 6, and I'm going to have about 8. And that's also dependent on the Spurs game because I have Keane and Son in my team. So it will be very disastrous if that game gets cancelled. But we'll talk about it.
Yeah. I feel like it's a good time to bring in the guests, and let's see what Omari Break, number 1, has in store for us. And let's see if he has some tips and pointers. And he is connecting.
What's up, Omari?
What's
up, man?
Yeah.
I'm hearing you, man, loud and clear.
The number 1 in the league, in the FPL Island Guys League, the leader, the man on top. Talk to us.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Omari Blake. Presently,
I could tell from your first place.
So that's a little bit about me. I've been playing FPL since about 2009, right? But I've really been playing casually just until about a couple of years ago. So about the last 3 seasons, I've really been playing seriously.
What was your most successful season so far?
I think that was 2 seasons ago, 2018, 2019. I finished about 4,000.
Wow!
Oh, wow, that's.
Congrats, man.
Congrats, and you're on the way to say you're inside the top 20K right now. How have you done it so far? Give us the secrets to your season so far.
I don't think there's really much secrets. I think the most important things would be um, being disciplined with your team, not making too much rash transfers and too much rash decisions. Um, Having faith in your players and really backing up your picks with stats. So I think that's what I really base my team upon this
What type of stats have you been looking into?
Just the main ones like expected goals, expected assists, key passes, shots in the box, that kind of stuff.
All right, all right. I'm looking at your team right now. My last transfer last week was Calvert-Lewin. He didn't do anything for me. I finally brought him in my team. I'd say you have him if you are the league leader. I will keep faith with him. I don't know if Darius have any questions for you.
I mean,
Well,
no. Continue. Because I
no,
was just gonna pull up your
I
team right now.
No, I was looking at a way honestly to get him off my team. He's just there right now. I don't really have a way to get him out right now.
Wow, there's a nice team, man. There's a
I think
nice
after,
Let's just deep dive a quick deep dive into the Omari Blake team. And last week, I mean, how long have you had Bruno and Son? I mean, those are the two heavy hitters, and you have Salah on your team. You have the three heavy hitters, I guess three heavy hitters of 2020. And one, how long have you had them? And two, are you trying to, I know we're just talking about Salah on the chopping block. What are your thoughts on Salah? Those two questions I have for you right now.
well, I've had Salah since game week 1. I actually switched him out for Bruno when he got COVID. And then I ended up bringing back Salah for, I think it was Son. I had Son and Kane, and I think I took them out and I brought back Salah. So I had Salah, Bruno, and KDB. This week I actually took out KDB and brought in Son. I really thought that Salah would be the man to score more points this week. I was actually trying to build towards the blank game week, but I plan to have KDB in my team for that. But I felt like this week, well, the last game week there, I really wanted Salah in my team, and he let me down. He let me down.
Let a lot of us down.
I didn't really expect KDB to do that much against Chelsea. So that transfer didn't really work out. I went KDB to Son. They scored the same amount of points, but if I took out Salah instead, I would have been a lot better.
We're gonna try to do a deep dive into the next 2 game weeks, Omari, and as the league leader, we want to hear a lot of strategy for the blank week, for the double week. But just tell us off the top, how many players would you be having for the blank game week, number 18?
Well, initially, I would have had about 7. I wasn't planning to play my free hit. I was gonna just go with it with about 7 players. 7, I think I would have had 8, including Brewster. But with the news with Aston Villa now, their game is up in the air, and I have not Kufal, Martinez.
Son and
Martinez.
Yeah.
And Son as well. He will be playing Aston Villa in game week 18. So possibility is that I might have 3 players out, and I really don't want to go into the game week with 4 players or 5. So right now, kind of on the fence. I think I'll make a decision closer to the deadline. Might actually end up playing the free agent.
So for Darius and myself, I have 6 players, and I'm gonna take a -4 to have 8. Darius is going to free hit. We're actually gonna watch his free hit squad a little later on. Any feelings to which might be the better option, or is all dependent on if the game cancelled?
Well, it depends. Firstly, depends on what players you have on your team now. So, for instance, if you have enough players to make maybe 8, 9, 10 players with a -4 or something like that.
So you think 8 is enough?
I don't think
I'm gonna have 8.
Yeah, I think 8 is enough. I think 8 is enough. That's around 7 or 8 is what I was gonna look for. But with my 2 Aston Villa players out and probably Son as well, I don't think I would be going down that route again.
All right. Any other like chip strategies you think we should use during this week in terms of, let's say someone is a free hit in 18, should they maybe do a bench boost in 19, or you want to save chips for later on in the season? You know, right now you like the guru, so just tell anybody watching what some ideas of chip strategies.
Well, I think the main strategy persons were thinking about at first was building a team leading up to game week 19 or
Right.
15 or how much ever double game week players they could make, and then free hitting in 18. But I think with the whole COVID situation now, especially how bad it is in the UK, to me, I don't think it's wise to use the bench boost in particular for 19. You're not really not sure how many games might be cancelled, and I don't really want to take that risk. Um, I think free hit for 18 could be good, but 19, I think if you have a good amount of double gaming players, I don't think you should risk playing the bench boost. And then I think most people wouldn't even have enough players to really effectively do that
Okay,
come
okay.
game week 19 anyway.
That's a good point.
The
And what about like
cancellations and
what about your maybe a triple captain? Any players someone could consider for the triple captain in 19 with the 2 games?
I was actually looking at Salah, but that was before he kind of stopped getting points.
He
He
scored
was
today.
in some good form, and I was thinking that well, it was against it was in the cup, right?
Yeah. Villa under 23s.
Yeah.
We were just
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. So we're not really not really taking that into consideration too much. But I don't think I will be using the triple captain. I think most likely with the amount of postponements we had this season, there will probably be better double game weeks coming on later in the season
Right.
that we could probably take advantage of, and hopefully by then the COVID situation is more under control. Because right now, anything could happen. You don't want a triple captain, let's say Salah, and then Liverpool training ground closed. You know,
Yeah.
so I think holding the shift might be a good idea at this point.
Well, Omari, the news and everything breaking, would you be seeing yourself making that decision, closer to because, points and a lot of people are rising, like Bruno's value going up. I know definitely like Tierney, Saka. Saka might be a premium player before we get this game week. But Saka, I think it is a rule it can only go up by a certain amount, right? Like 0.3 or something like that. I'm not too sure in a
Yeah,
game week.
yeah.
But still,
0.3.
right. I see there are a lot of good options out there. Is there a scenario where you see yourself going into this game week and just going with the 6 players or 8 players, maybe if you take 2 hits, or a scenario where you just say, nah, I just want to be on the offensive?
I don't think I would take 2 hits to feel 2 extra players, especially since I might know one of those players after game week 18. Um, right now, I'm leaning more on the side of the free hit, but like I say, I'll wait until closer down to the deadline to decide that. Maybe the night before or something like that. Right now,
Right.
I really haven't looked at my team that much since the last
Wow.
game.
And here I am thinking the guy on top of the league probably spending 10 hours a week on his team.
Nah, that's something that's hurt people too. When you look at the team too much, you're seeing everything you want to change, and you're taking about a -12 every week.
Right.
I think sometimes it's better to take a step back and collect yourself and not make any rash decisions, like I said.
Well, Omari, seeing that we talking about free hit, I feel like we are both on the same page. I put together some players that I feel like I want to be in my team, and after just hearing Pep talking about KDB having to play, um, I feel like KDB is definitely one of the guys I want to put in my free hit team. So I feel like we could do a kind of template walkthrough of just kind of like how I would I'm thinking of my team. This definitely is not final because they're gonna be transfers. They're gonna be things last minute. But 2 people I want on my team with that Brighton game. is definitely at home is KDB and Sterling. How you feel about, both of them, and potentially a captain of an off player, because watching Sterling right now, he's 5.5 ownership. What do you think about this so far?
I mean, if there's any week to make a kind of off-template decision, would be this week. They could make up a lot of ground if they both go off. I myself, I was more leaning towards having two City defenders, but
Right.
I think De Bruyne and Sterling together could do well as well.
Yeah, I mean, the City defenders, let me just go into the City defenders, but the City defenders are, I think Kyle Walker is just coming back, right? He should be back here. He doesn't have his arrow on him. You have Cancelo. Are you going solid in the back with Diaz? You sure start. I'm leaning towards.
For the free hit, I would probably, yeah, I would probably go Cancelo and Diaz.
Right.
But like I say, I think closer down to the deadline, because as you say, Walker is back, so you never know what could happen. But I think Cancelo should start. But I don't wanna say that Pep anything he could do anything.
Yeah.
So I think Diaz for sure would be my side.
Dari, what? I know you've seen these fixtures here.
Yeah, well, I
know you're getting tempted right now with the.
No.
You're getting tempted right now.
I'm not going to free it, but before we brought you on, Omari, I was telling Darius I'm taking a minus for this week, and I'm doing Salah and a defender out for KDB and probably Diaz. So I already see that you kind of endorsing Diaz and Cancelo, so I am already feeling confident about my moves.
But the thing is that with that move, would you be what is your plan for game week 19? Would you be how would you be getting Salah back in?
It's up in the air, to be honest with you. I've lost a lot of confidence in Salah right now, so it's to be determined.
To be honest with you, Amari, I watching the Liverpool fixtures, right? The Man United and the Burnley game, and I don't see them as two games that I would captain Salah for versus, honestly, versus I watching Leicester fixtures and I would captain Vardy over Salah. I would captain, there are more people I would captain than Salah.
I am actually waiting for us to go through Darius's team because I have something after, I have some questions. So both of you guys, where I wrote down the fixtures for every team, because we kind of right now on game week 18, and I have some questions really about game week 19. So I'm kind of letting you guys go through the free hit team because I have some questions.
Let's the free hit team is done there for me.
Yeah, because I just have my questions are mainly game week 19. So just you guys don't need a long answer. I just need some quick answers, yes or no, in or out on some players for game week 19 with the double. First team I'm looking at is West Ham because they have Burnley and West Brom, which I think are two great fixtures. So are you guys in or out on West Ham for the double? Which players? Suchek, Kufal, who are you looking at? Out on West Ham?
I think if you were bench boosting, Suchek would be someone for sure would be in my team. Cheap and perfect for a bench boost team, right? Probably also maybe for sure I would have Kufal. It's up to you whether or not you would want to double up on the defense because they have a good potential for clean sheets, West Brom and Burnley.
Those games looking good. Second one, I'll ask this one for Darius.
I think they have the best pictures.
All right, this one for Darius, and then I want Omari after. Chelsea, they haven't been doing too great lately, but for the game week 19, they have Fulham and Leicester. And we know anytime somebody playing Fulham, I've always said, let's get some players in there. But because Chelsea been out of form, what do you think, Darius and then Omari? Should we invest in Chelsea for the double?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll pull up my team right now and I'll just give it from my perspective, right? So how I see it, I don't have any Chelsea players in my team besides Mendy, and to say that I am going to bring in a Chelsea player, right? If I bring him in, I had to be captain of him, right? And I can't see anybody beating Vardy as my captain right now. So or over Salah. So for me, I can't make that move. But for anybody else, if I had to say a captain, you know, you could be taking a punt on a again your guy from Gameweek 1, Timo Werner. You never know, he might explode, you know. But that is one of them that could send you straight back down the rankings, and you could just be kicked out of smithereens.
Let me hear about Chelsea, Omari.
Well, I have Chilwell on my side, and I actually made it a priority or made it a focus of mine not to take him out, although I kind of wanted to. I actually was in a situation where I got Reece James in, so I had Reece James and Chilwell, and as I brought them in right after the deadline, both were injured and out for the game week. So I ended up selling James. I kept Chilwell. I think I'll be keeping him for.
All right, two more for you guys. This one for Omari first. Leeds, they have Brighton and Southampton for the double. Those are two also good fixtures. I mean, Southampton doing well, but Brighton should be a good fixture. Are we investing in Leeds? Anybody I should look out for to put in my team or stay away?
Yeah, I feel like
for sure Leeds. I think. Sorry.
Go ahead,
Omari.
You're the champion, Omari. Right now, you're the champion.
I think Leeds are a really exciting team this season. They bring so much to the table, so many cheap options that are doing really well. I myself, I have triple Leeds right now. I have Bamford, Rafinha, and Dallas. Right. I'm not so sure I might be starting Dallas for the double game week because the defense is pretty shaky. Although he does have a good chance to score, but I think more the defenders have more potential for points.
So wait. All your other defenders, since Dallas is going to be on the bench, you telling me that all your other defenders
strikers?
No, they all have double games then.
Yeah, well, so far my defenders are Chilwell, Robertson, and Kufal.
Oh, nice. Well, they might put 4 defenders. You never know.
I wish I had that luxury. All right, last one.
Yeah, I want to bring a 6 defender too, so to make 4.
Wow.
That is good. All right, last one. And I'll go with Darius first on this one. Man City. I mean, we spoke about them before, but Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. Yeah. That should be 2 good games. I think because they're back in form now, you know, we should look at them as favorites. So how heavily should we invest in Man City for the double? And I mean, they also have a good fixture in 18 as well.
Yeah, I feel like KDB and Sterling right now, just going off of what Pep says, I might be the 2 players who might get the full 90 minutes or close to 90 minutes in both games. Apart from that, I could see it being on the Pep roulette. But if you don't have Diaz, you might be on the Pep roulette because Cancelo could play the right back, the left back. Kyle Walker could play one game. It's a Sunday and Wednesday game, and as much as the good thing though is that a lot of the teams need to win their games to stay in contention for the Premier League Championship. So it's not a matter of resting and nobody's ahead by plenty. It's real tight, so you could see teams putting their best players forward. But in terms of Man City midfield, if you have KDB, maybe cap him.
One more question as you raised something about Sunday, Wednesday there. Either you guys could help me out. So you mentioned Sunday, Wednesday. Also, Man United is Sunday, Wednesday. They're playing Liverpool is Sunday, then the Wednesday they are Fulham. What I would be worried about in terms of captaining somebody like Bruno, I might expect him to get one return against Liverpool, maybe a goal, maybe an assist, and then I would expect him to really dominate Fulham. But can we trust Ole to rotate the team for the Wednesday since the game's so close, or we should be comfortable captaining Bruno for this game? Omari laughing, so let me hear what you had to say.
No, I was just laughing at Ole. but I think he's safe. I think he's a safe pick. If anything, he might come off early in maybe around 70 minutes in one of the games, but I can't see him being benched for either game.
Okay. No, because I'm just thinking Ole might think, okay, if it's Fulham, we might have an easy game. We could rotate some players, run everybody hard against Liverpool, and then we rotate for Fulham.
Dari, question for you to wrap up the episode.
Right.
I think we're not talking about that. One of the most exciting teams right now climbing up Europe is Leicester. And Leicester has been playing exciting ball. And they have affordable players in names of Harvey Barnes, Matters, a bunch of the players, right? You have Justin from the jump, right?
I sold him actually last week. but to answer the question,
thoughts on bringing in a Western player?
Me personally, I might not, because I'm looking at the fixtures. Southampton and Chelsea. That's two top half teams right now. Chelsea off form, so and also Vardy could score against anybody. Let me just make that clear. But I'm not heavy on them. I think it have teams will have better fixtures in the double. Southampton and Chelsea kind of. I'm not full like yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm like cautious. I'm cautious, and I just want to believe. No, we had to also remember Kane has one game in Gameweek 19, but it's against Sheffield. Think about that. That's something to have in the back of your mind. So it's not just about the double players. Kane against Sheffield could probably score more than guys will do in 2 games against Southampton
You
and
putting
Chelsea.
thing in people's ears right now, people's head right now, people is going to be on.
Omari, you with me or you with Darius?
I mean, I would always pick a player with 2 games, ideally.
All right.
Although they do have Sheffield, we thought Salah would have done so good in the last few games, and look what happened, right? So, Tottenham played Burnley, they scraped a win. I think West Brom as well. So everyone thought there was going to be a lot of points, but it wasn't. So I think Sheffield could actually be another game like that. They might win by 1 goal, maybe 1-0, 2-0. I don't think it will be that high scoring.
Right.
And
right now,
Vardy can score against anyone. 2 games.
Right now, my strikers are. Sorry to interrupt. My strikers are Kane, Bamford, Calvert-Lewin. So Kane and Bamford for me will be in my team for 19. Although Kane has 1 game. So the guy on the chopping block right now is Calvert. I would, if I can get Vardy or someone else with the Calvert-Lewin money and whatever else I have in the bank, then I might make a decision like that. Because I would not run with Calvert-Lewin for game week 19. I'm looking at the fixtures here to see which striker I could probably target. I could look at maybe Firmino. I could look at Ings, because Ings has Leicester and Leeds. That's looking good to me. That's kind of where I would lean to. I might lean to Ings over Vardy, actually, to answer your question, Darius.
All right. Cool. I there for that, man.
I think another interesting player for the double game week might be Antonio. That's if he's fit,
right?
Which is always a big question within the West Ham striker.
Do you trust them hamstrings for 2 games?
I think if he
them big hamstrings.
That's the question. But I think if he does play those 2 games, I think it could be a good differential.
He's on my radar as well, but that's like my 15 minutes before the game week radar. You know what I mean? But he might be so dangerous, the captain boy. He might be that guy to get you 4 in 1 game.
Not the captain, no.
To bring in.
Not the captain, just to have him.
All right. Fair enough. Now, man, Mari, good to have you on, and we're definitely going to bring you back on the show again. We're going to drop this episode tomorrow bright and early.
Hold up. Before Mari goes, what's your goal for this season, to end this season? And I mean overall, not just the FPL Island Guys League, but overall. Right now, you're, I think, 16K. What is it? Are you aiming top 10, top 5?
Yeah.
What is your overall?
Number 1.
Okay.
I think that's the goal, but you need a lot of luck to really get there. I think I'll be satisfied with a top 10K. But we'll see how it goes.
We'll put that in Instagram bio, man.
Yeah, for our league, we have a special prize at the end of the season for the winner. So hopefully you could be the guy to get our prize. We have a very special prize.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very exciting prize. So hopefully you can get it. And in the meantime, just want to tell everybody, FPL Island Guys on Twitter. Darius, give them the Instagram on
at FPL Island Guys. We're there.
All right. So thanks, Omari, for coming. Hope to do it again. And
okay, thanks for having me.
All right, man. Take care, man. Good luck.